Hi everyone, Lydia here in the USG Sheetrock brand studio, and today we're going to talk about bucket versus box. And I did the wrong hands there. I'm just going to roll with it. We've got our box mud here and we've got our bucket mud here, and they're both USG. They're both Sheetrock brand and they're both all-purpose. So same mud, just different forms of delivery. Bucket mud is more expensive. This was 23 bucks compared to 13 bucks. So do keep that in mind when you are buying these, what kind of works best for you. I know in a lot of areas, bucket mud is sometimes the only thing that's available, which is interesting to me because here, boxes are what's most common. We get box mud everywhere. That's what our suppliers have. There's only like 2 people that carry bucket mud here, and it's only in very specific types like all-purpose and +3. So we have more available in boxed mud here. Comes in, just this box like so. This is how it comes. You have your big box here. This is 3.5 gallons of mud. So we typically put these in a 5-gallon bucket. And when you're working with box mud and bucket mud, both, it's important that you keep these from freezing or getting super hot. Like, you don't want to just go throw them in the back of your truck and let it sit there for like a week and a half baking in the sun. But our box mud here comes in a plastic bag like this. And then you just take your plastic and pull it down. So here's my mud. And then you'll just dump this in a bucket. But I did want to show if there's, a different inconsistency between boxed and bucket, because depending on where you are, depends on what's more available. And this is what we're used to mixing with. So here's our consistency. This is actually super creamy, super fresh. The all-purpose has a little bit of a glue in it. So sometimes you'll open these boxes and you'll see a little bit of a sheen on top. That's just some of the glue that's in the mud. But all-purpose is a great mud for pretty much everything. Is all-purpose. It's what we tape with. And the nice thing about boxes is if you put them in a 5-gallon bucket, you can add quite a bit of water to get it thinned down to your consistency. Sometimes we open these and they're pretty thick, depending on the stock, where we got them from, supplier. So sometimes they can take more mud than other times, but this is really creamy. This is really nice, super fresh. So here is our boxed consistency. And I'm curious to see box compared to bucket if there is a difference in consistency. So let's check it out. Buckets are heavier, quite a bit heavier. I think that box, I want to say off the top of my head, is about 45 pounds, 50 pounds maybe. And these buckets are quite a bit heavier. But the nice thing is you do have storage. As you can tell here, it's full, like the sucker's full. So it's going to be a lot harder to get this to a little bit thinner consistency, but depending on what you're doing, sometimes that's totally fine. So let's see here. They're pretty dang close. I would actually say the box is actually a little bit creamier than the bucket, interestingly enough. So slip-wise, exactly the same. Formula-wise, pretty much exactly the same. They might have came from different factories, but it's pretty much the same mud in both. So if you are buying, just, say you're going to the store and you're like, should I buy boxed or bucket? Both the same. Same consistency, pretty much, same mud, same everything, just different form of delivery. I think, this is 4.5 gallons. So you actually are getting a gallon more of mud in the buckets, which is nice. And then you also have a bucket, so you don't have to buy a bucket. So you are saving some money there. And then USG has moved to these black buckets here. It's the same mud, same consistency, same everything. These are just a recycled plastic bucket. So when you're mixing, and just mixing in general, if you're mixing with this in a 5-gallon bucket or you're mixing right in this bucket right here, make sure you're not hitting the sides. It doesn't matter what it is, if it's a bucket from your local home supply store or it's a USG bucket. It's really important to not be hitting the sides with your mixer when you're mixing, because you will pick up little pieces of plastic off the sides. So don't hit the bottom, don't hit the sides. These guys obviously can't take as much water as if I was to throw this into a 5-gallon bucket. So you're not going to be able to get this as thin as you will with this mud. So that's typically why we also like to use box mud, because we can get it really thin for the automatic tools and all the other stuff that we're using, especially when running through an automatic taper. But it doesn't mean you can't get this thin too. It's just gonna take you a little bit more time, could be a little bit messier. So keep that in mind. The nice thing about this is you can just go ahead and throw the lid on it and reseal it. With the boxes, they can actually get kind of nasty. So typically what we do is we don't just leave half boxes. We'll just go ahead and throw it in another bucket and mix back up for the next day because we are moving through so much mud and so much compound. But when you wrap these up, you can always throw a little bit of water on top. That's also an option if you want to do it that way. You're going to take these, get all the air out of it, make sure it's pretty much wet mud on wet mud, and then just kind of smash it back in there, and then you can just put your box flaps back up or however you want to do it. What can happen with this and with the plastic and then with the mud kind of on the plastic, if it just sits there and dries out, you'll go open it the next day and then you'll have a ton of dry compound fall into your fresh mud. So kind of be careful with that. These guys you can also top off with a little bit of water and then put your lid back on. That way it doesn't dry out, but you just want to be careful, especially the next day. If I'm saving this for the next day, I will probably just go ahead and scrape that top layer off and just make sure there's no like dry or crusty mud in there. But same mud, this one actually had a little bit better consistency in the box. On the boxes, there's a print right down here. So that's going to tell you when it was manufactured. This was manufactured 4/22/25. And then, you know, you can usually find out what plant it came from too, but that's important because you don't want to be using really, really old mud. You want to be making sure it's manufactured within at least the last couple months. These do have shelf lives. So, you know, say I bought this bucket, I let it sit around for 2 years and then I go try and use it again. It's not going to be good. It could possibly be rotten. The glue's not going to be as good. All the chemicals and the composition and everything is just going to be not where it needs to be to have it be good. So these do come in different sizes. So depending on what you're doing, you know, you might not need a huge bucket like this. They also come in little mini buckets and then a little bit bigger of a size. And then this big guy right here. So keep that in mind too. Boxes, once you're open, you do need to get through them pretty quickly. So if you have the option and you know you're going to be using it for a while and you want to be able to kind of have like a little bit better storage, a little bit cleaner and not have it dry out so quickly, your bucket is going to be your better choice there. So, and you know, a lot of it depends too on your area. We can't find a lot of bucket mud here. In some areas, that's all you find is bucket mud. So keep that in mind, but same product, just different forms of giving it to you. Anyway, that's it for me this week. I will check you guys out next week with a brand new video on the build show. And you can check me out as always on all the socials under Drywall Shorty. Catch you next week.